Okay, so we're back here on the 240Z project. I pulled the whole nose off of the car, and I've got my extensions, lower Valance extensions, my two little doors that go on top. I'm going to get these all ready, chase down a couple of spots I need to touch up, and get these primed. So let's get at it. In the meantime, I've got my hood that's been feather filled and my cowl that's been feather filled. So what I'll do is I'll prime these, and then when I get almost to the end and I got a little bit of my primer left in the gun, I'll put a guide coat on the cowl and on the hood, and then these will dry. Okay, so I got all of my extensions, whether they be the Fender extensions, headlight extensions, whatever you want to call them, or the lower Valance extensions, all prepped up and ready to go. I got my two filler pieces that go up on top of the hood for the battery access and the washer access. And then I've got my hood and my cowl vent panel lying over on the side waiting for some guide coat. So I'm going to mix up some KD 3001 and we're going to get this stuff primed. so we've got all of our extension pieces all primed. We've got our cowl vent and our hood guide coated.
folks, Troy 3 Twins of V8s, I'm back. I got my hood on the inside. It has been primed the second time with the black KD3001. Behind me is my Fender extensions, which I touched up a couple of spots I didn't like. Those are all done. We'll put those away. Today what we're going to do is we're going to block this out This is the Featherfill G2 that I applied to the hood. I'm going to block this out 220 wet, along with the Cowl vent panel, and I have the centerpiece of the lower valance. I'm going to get that done too, and then we're going to recoat all this in black, and that's the name of the game. Metal Glaze, and I touched up all my little tiny spots like I did on the other areas of my body. Now I've got some 120 dry on a Durablock, and I'm just going to sand these little spots here, and then this will be ready for a final coat of KD 3001 epoxy primer. Behind you over there is the Valance panel, that's sanded and ready to go, and then right here we've got the Cowl vent panel, that is also ready to go. So I'm going to work on getting this sanded. Once I get it sanded, we'll get the stuff prepped, and we'll get it primed. Alright folks, so I got my hood all blocked out. I chased out all my little spots that I don't like. I put my Metal Glaze on it. I blocked that out with some 120 dry, and I've got a really nice surface. Now, as far as my Cowl vent panel goes, and my Valance panel goes, no real touch-ups there that I was really concerned with. So I'm going to get this washed down with some pre-cleaner, and we're going to apply some KD 3001. I'm going to put a good 3 coats on it, and then we'll let this sit, and then hopefully when we block this out, it'll be ready for paint. So I'm going to bring the small camera over, I'll show you my surface, we'll get it washed down, and then we can put some primer on it.
Okay, so as you can see here, these are all the spots that I touched up. I blocked those out, actually 180, and blended them all back into my surface. Over here, I got the Valance panel. I didn't have any touch-ups. Over here, I got the Cowl vent. I didn't have to touch anything up there either. thing is my client ordered these pretty cool, sexy vents that are made out of aluminum and painted black, and they have these studs. So I had to add a couple of extra holes to the hood, but when you put these down on here, I think that they look pretty slick. I think they're a lot better, a lot more stylish than the original pieces. I'll bring the small camera over, I'll show you what it looks like, and then you can kind of give your own opinion. So it's just aluminum, it's got the 6 studs, you got to drill a couple of spare holes, and I'm not going to bolt it on here right now, but you get a good idea of what they look like. They just drop on there. And the thing I like about it is because they're made out of aluminum, they are somewhat rigid, and it does tend to reinforce this area of the hood here, which to me seems a little flimsy. I'm used to working on, you know, American cars from the 50s and 60s where there's a lot of really heavy duty metal. This car doesn't have any of that. So you gotta really finesse your metal work because the metal is thin and very flexible, but I think it looks great. You tell me. Okay, so there's our hooded primer. You saw the vents, you see what it looks like. You know, in the comments below, you know, tell me if you like the vents, you don't like the vents, you like the originals, you like the flat hood, you don't want to see this hood on the 240. Whatever your opinion is, I'd be interested. I'm sure some of the other guys on the forum would be too. If you could, like and subscribe. Follow my YouTube build on the 240Z project. I think you'll be really surprised at what it comes out like in the end. And thank you for watching, and good luck on your project.